Hey everyone, I'm Timmy Scott, and if you're new here, welcome. As you can tell by the title of this video, I want to talk about my experience with the Ouija board. Now I know there's people that are going to come on my channel and tell me, before they even give it a chance to listen to what I'm going to say, and tell me how bad it is and all that stuff. So, I'm going to get into it anyway. A few years ago, I wanted to play the Ouija board, see what the hype was, see what it was all about. Why these YouTubers and TV shows and movies and stuff like that like to portray it as a negative tool. So, I went and I bought one. I bought one when I was in Michigan. I wanted to see my band side project and stuff like that. So anyway, I brought it back home with me. Played it a few times the period I had it, and kept thinking it was gonna move and stuff like that. Again, just wanted to see what the hype was about. Nothing moved. The board never moved at all. There was an occasion though. I was in my bedroom playing it, and I had a Ghost Radar app on my phone in front of me, and I had my little protection spell and stuff like that. Sitting there waiting for them to give me an answer, letting me know that they're there and stuff like that. It's a bad habit. Sorry if I keep saying stuff like that. Can't help it. Bad habit. Anyway, I'm sitting there, again, like I said, in my bedroom with my protection spell, my protection tools, and this is what surprised me. Not all ghosts on the other side in the afterlife speak Latin. But it did say Latin. The first part of the Ghost Radar app said Latin, and most ghosts speak Latin. Then it moved to Gate, which is a gateway tool for them to come through. But again, I'm sitting there waiting for an answer, waiting for the planchette to move like I see on TV and stuff like that. Nothing. Although after I did say goodbye, my stomach felt really nauseous. It was just from the adrenaline after playing with it. But anyway, I want to get into this. Kind of like what I meant. It's like what I mentioned about my paranormal experience. Religion and Hollywood like to portray the Ouija board, as a negative tool. But with the Bible, which has hate, genocide, murder, crime, and all this stuff, 90% of it is all hate and violence and stuff like that in the Bible. They'll use those exact words, they'll misinterpret it intentionally. They'll miss most of the part that talks about loving people for who they are and all that. And they'll use those words, what the Bible says, but then with an Ouija board that doesn't have much of anything, unlike the Bible, they'll use it and look at the Ouija board as a negative tool. That's because religion and Hollywood like to portray these things, portray the Ouija board as an evil tool. This is the unfortunate reality I learned about growing up in my lifetime about the Ouija board. People don't think they're going to get themselves into something when they least expect it. They unfortunately don't know what they're getting themselves into until it actually does happen to them. They'll have a negative experience. But that's, again, because of what religion in Hollywood tells them. It's like the afterlife. Most religions in Hollywood will tell them that the afterlife is all bad, the paranormal and stuff like that. It's all bad and stuff like that. It really isn't. If it's like the afterlife, you're either open to it or you're not. There's nothing to believe in. Can't stress that enough. And that goes for the ouija board, whether it's good or bad. But if you use the ouija board properly, if you have the right protection spells and tools, it's not going to be a bad experience. You have to know what you're getting yourself into before you actually use it. And that's the unfortunate reality with a lot of people. They don't know what they're getting themselves into. They think they do, but they really don't, because they want to try it out for themselves and then find out it's a negative experience, and then they want to look at the ouija board as a negative tool. If you have the right protection spells and tools before you use it, it won't be such a negative experience. Also, that kind of goes hand in hand, I guess, if you want to look at it like this, where if you're in a negative environment with the ouija board, it will be a negative experience for you. That's how I look at it, I guess. But if you also don't have the proper protection spells and tools before you decide to use it, of course you're going to have a negative experience with it. It shouldn't be focused on that. Like I said a little bit ago, people will look at the Bible and literally use the words and misinterpret what the Bible says. There's like a little bit, I guess, about loving people for who they are and stuff like that, but they'll misinterpret the hate, genocide, murder, crimes, and stuff like that. They'll literally misinterpret that and actually use that stuff. But then when it comes to a simple thing as an ouija board, not knowing what they're going to get themselves into until it actually happens, then it's looked at as a bad thing, which it really isn't. But again, religion and Hollywood, like the afterlife, like to make it looked at as a bad thing when it really isn't a negative tool. It's only negative because people tell them it's negative. That's a negative response. I've seen YouTubers and TV shows and movies saying it's all bad stuff, that it's a bad tool to use, when it isn't. You have to know what you're getting yourself into before you just do it. At least use the basics. Look up protection spells and tools before you decide to play with it. Know that you're ready to use it. Don't just do it and not knowing what you're going to expect. That's just my insight anyway. I know there's a few people out there that have had good experiences with it and use it the proper way. Hopefully, if you made it this far and you have had a good experience with the ouija board, I'd like to know. I'd like to know your insight, your experience with it. Gotta be at least some positive out of it from people that have used it. Leave them in the comments. Let me know. That was my story time, my experience with the ouija board. And with that being said, I will see you guys in the next video.